Hello, my leader friend, and welcome to our workshop on cognitive biases in leadership, how cognitive coaching supports clear, reflective thinking. I am really glad that you're here. I'm Virginia West, owner and founder of Virginia West Leadership Coaching and certified cognitive coach. I spent 11 years as a public school educator where I witnessed firsthand the transformative impact that effective teaching and thoughtful reflection can have on both students and educators. During this time, I discovered the tremendous power of cognitive coaching, not only in enhancing my own growth as a practitioner, but also in driving meaningful student outcomes. Inspired by these results, I transitioned into coaching, supporting educators in Title I schools to grow their skills and confidence. And today, I leverage the same principles of cognitive coaching to empower business leaders, helping them unlock their potential, strengthen their decision making, and drive impactful results within their organizations. Before we begin, I want to name something important. This is not a training where you'll be told what to think or how to fix yourself as a leader. Instead, this is an invitation to slow down and reflect on how thinking itself shapes leadership decisions. As you listen, you may want to hold one current leadership situation in mind, something you're navigating, deciding, or feeling uncertain about. There's no need to solve anything today. Just notice. That kind of noticing is actually at the heart of effective leadership. Cognitive biases are natural patterns in the way our brains process information. They help us make decisions quickly, but they can also quietly shape our interpretations, reactions, and assumptions. Biases are not flaws, they're human. The challenge for leaders isn't whether bias exists, it's whether it goes unexamined. So instead of asking, how do I get rid of bias? A more useful question becomes, in what ways might becoming more aware of my thinking strengthen my leadership? Take a moment to reflect. Where am I currently making high impact decisions? In what situations might my thinking be happening most automatically? Leadership often involves time pressure, uncertainty, and emotional complexity. Under those conditions, our brains default to efficiency rather than reflection. Many leaders lack safe spaces to think out loud without needing to perform, persuade, or defend. Will you pause and consider these questions with me? Where do I currently have space to slow my thinking? In what ways might my role influence how openly I reflect? These questions point us toward the value of cognitive coaching. Confirmation bias is the tendency to notice and prioritize information that confirms what we already believe. In leadership, this might sound like, I already know how this is going to go. But consider this with me, will you? What assumptions or beliefs might you be holding about this situation? In what ways might you be giving more weight to information that aligns with your current thinking? What additional perspectives or data might also be relevant? How might exploring multiple viewpoints strengthen my decision? The next bias we might tend to find in ourselves is authority bias. And authority bias shows up when experience, title, and expertise unintentionally narrows inquiry. Leadership experience matters, and curiosity matters just as much. Will you pause and reflect with me? How might your role or experience be shaping how you see the situation? What perspectives from others might add depth to your thinking? In what ways might shared inquiry support outcomes? How might inviting input reflect trust in collective capacity? Another bias that we can tend to see ourselves hold is recency bias. And recency bias occurs when recent events overshadow long-term patterns. Negativity bias pulls attention toward problems over progress. Together, they can distort our perspective. What recent experiences might be influencing your thinking right now? What long-term patterns or data might also matter? What challenges are you noticing most strongly? What strengths, successes, or resources might also be present? Balanced thinking supports resilient leadership. The fourth and final bias that we will explore today is overconfidence bias. And overconfidence bias can show up when certainty replaces curiosity. Confidence is valuable, but reflection strengthens it. What factors are contributing to your confidence in this decision? What uncertainties might be worth exploring? How might curiosity support more thoughtful leadership here? My friend, knowing about bias doesn't mean we catch it in real time, especially under stress. Cognitive coaching creates structured, non-judgmental space to slow thinking and surface assumptions through mediative questions. The questions you've been reflecting on today are examples of mediative questions designed to invite thinking rather than direct it. So, my friend, in the spirit of mediative questions, I have a few more for you. Where might having a thinking partner support greater clarity? In what ways could slowing your thinking strengthen your leadership impact? Now, let's take a final moment to reflect. What new awarenesses are emerging about how you're thinking? What patterns are you beginning to notice? What next steps feel most intentional and aligned? Cognitive biases don't disappear, but leaders can become more skillful in noticing and navigating them. If this reflection surfaced thinking you'd like to explore further, I invite you to schedule a complimentary discovery call to see how cognitive coaching could support you in this or other work. Thank you for investing this time in your leadership and your thinking.